Yo, what's going on people? It's your boy Ape Huncho back at you again with another video. And so for this next one, we've got to head over to the DFC shop located on Rookery Road in Handworth, where we're going to follow up on a story that I covered around this time last year. If you guys are unfamiliar with this story, then check this CCTV out and then we're going to break down the latest into what's going on in this situation. So on the 20th of April 2020, two B19 gang members, that being 18-year-old Adonijah Stewart and 19-year-old Damilion Allen, had been driving around in a car with a third person who hasn't been identified by police at this current time due to him not being caught via this investigation. They had been in a blue Peugeot car which drove from Melbourne Road in Lascelles to the scene of the shooting on Rookery Road, and they were armed with modified pistols as they were about to go and shoot rival gang members. When they arrived at the scene, they instantly got out the car and opened fire on 5 or 6 rival gang members, even going inside the chicken shop to let off shots. Now, although multiple rounds were fired from various separate firearms, luckily no one had been injured in this attack, but the trio didn't know this, and either way they ran back to their car and headed back to Melbourne Avenue. Here it's believed the guns, which were possibly handed down by senior gang members or thought to have been handed back to these senior gang members for potential use in further crimes. Either way though, the pair were arrested and charged in connection with this incident. More specifically, they were charged with possession of a firearm with intent to cause fear of violence. They both pleaded guilty to this charge, and so a sentencing hearing was recently heard, and of course they were sentenced. In court, it was told that senior gang members had handed down the modified weapons and the younger trio were more than likely instructed to do the quote-unquote dirty work. Peter McCartney, prosecuting, told the court Mr. Stewart led the way alone, followed closely behind by Mr. Allen. Mr. Allen had ran from the Peugeot. His aim was first concentrated on those fleeing down the alleyway. Smoke can be seen on the footage, and so was the kickback of the discharge. There was a high risk of serious disorder as there was a possibility of retaliation from the other gang. The ammunition was modified to make it more dangerous. Adonijah's previous offences had also been brought up in court, which ranged from possession of a knife and attempted robbery when he was just 14 years old, and also possession of crack cocaine and battery as he was getting older. In his defence though, it was thought that he had been exploited by this gang. Defending Adonijah, Babir Singh said, back in June last year, and it seems even earlier, a senior social worker had grave concerns about the particular company he was keeping, and that not only was he heavily under the influence of others, but he thought he was being exploited. When you have those pressures upon you at such a young age, it does reduce the culpability. He was identified and arrested easily. He's not that sophisticated or clever. He has demonstrated remorse and regret and wishes he could turn back time. It was then the pair were handed 5-year jail sentences and were given a 4-year extended license. So I'm not going to lie to you guys, for various firearms to be shot off like they were, and for no one to be injured at all, remember this is in broad daylight with people walking around and there was workers inside the shop, so for no one to get hit is extremely lucky. And honestly, I could have been reporting on a completely different story right now with multiple casualties, but Thankfully, that isn't the case. Now, of course, a lot of people might be questioning the 5-year sentence. And of course, because they did plead guilty to the charge that was brought against them, that would have played a massive part into why they only got handed a 5-year jail sentence. But let me know what you guys think of this down in the comment section below. Give the video a little like, and if you want the latest drill, street and music news out of the UK, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. It's been your boy Huncho, and I'm out.